Your underlying energy. Page of Swords. I don't think I've ever actually seen the Page of Swords in this deck yet. This is a pretty new deck for me, but yeah, you know, I know the lingo. But communication, blunt truth, honesty, sneakiness, stalking. I'm just kidding. Now, the Page of Swords can talk about, you know, gaining information, but it also talks about the truth. You know, the blunt truth. Truth that's unseen, you know, it's uncensored, it's not tactful. This is a child with a sword. Right, typically. Why do you have the Hierophant here? Well, why do you have the Page of Swords here? It's because the Hierophant, because of some sort of commitment. So perhaps there was something that you committed to, but now there's some things that need to be said. Some things that probably you need to let off your chest. Maybe there's some things that someone else said that, you know, may have been very tactless. And it's just like, well, this left some things kind of... But the whole situation is about some sort of communication, some sort of blunt truth, or maybe even some brutal truth that you've laid out on yourself. Now, with currently you have the Three of Cups. Okay, the Three of Cups can talk about people being surrounded, you know, people that you love surrounding you, friends, family. Reconnecting with an ex, perhaps, or reconnecting with someone, or connecting with people, connecting with someone, right? You could be, you know, living a life of fun, a life of parties. I don't think this is living a third party situation, because you don't have any other third party situations going on here. You do have something perhaps being exposed in the outcome. Maybe somebody's secret comes out, somebody says what they need to say here, something they've been holding in. Or it could be that there's a situation that just comes out, right? Something that's said. But your desired outcome here, you have the Eight of Cups. Okay, which automatically tells me that you guys are ready to, like, we want to be emotionally done with something. You want to know what you don't want. You want to be able to be like, okay, that's not for me. I feel like maybe you're in a situation where you're out there, you're mingling with people. Perhaps for those of you that are dating, right, or going out there and single and everything, perhaps you're dating and you just kind of like, you want to know what you don't want so you can actually narrow down your search. Because right now you're enjoying the people, right? There's nothing wrong, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But, you know, at some point you do want to settle down. You do want to be like, okay, well, this is not really what I'm going for. You want to narrow down your search to someone that you actually want to be with. At the same time, for those of you that are in a relationship, it could be that you're, you're enjoying reconnecting with people, reconnecting with somebody in a very platonic sort of level, and you want to be able to kind of find what it is that makes you truly happy. Because perhaps the situation can be the Three of Cups, but it may not be resonating with you as happiness. Like, it may not be, may not be exactly what you want. But the thing that's keeping you from being able to be the Eight, or to get to the Eight of Cups energy, is the King of Wands, which is typically, the King of Wands is Leo, which is fixed energy. Kings are fixed, Wands are fire. The fixed sign for fire is Leo. And it's because of the Nine of Wands. You're not giving up on something here. You have the capacity to be very stubborn. Like, you have that Aquarius piece of you. You know that. Your 7th house is Aquarius. Okay? And that's all about freedom. Aquarius is all about innovation and freedom, all that. But they're still fixed. When they love something, they will try everything and anything to make it work. Right? They're not ruthless like that, like to that point. Right? If there's something that's broke and beyond fixing, they're intelligent to know not to, to just leave it alone. Some of them, right? Right? Can't speak for all Aquarians, can't speak for all Libras out here saying like, oh yeah, we're all romantic and all that. Some Librans are not romantic, right? So, the signs in their light, they know what to do. But the thing here is, there is this aspect that's like, you're not ready to break a commitment. You're not ready to be like, You're not necessarily satisfied with it. And I feel like it's just this, you're not giving up. The Nine of Wands. It's like, no, I'm not going to budge. Even though I've been kicked, slapped, beaten, tired, worked my ass off, I ain't breaking down for nobody. And that's good, right? You don't want to ever have to, you don't want to do that. We don't want to break down for nobody, but you do want to break down for yourself. Like, you do want to just be like, hey, is this actually what I want to do? At the same time, you're not feeling yourself. That's what I'm saying. That's what I feel like right now. Like, I feel like with the King of Wands and the crossing energy, to not know what you don't want, you have to know who you are. You have to be aware of how you feel. You have to be in your energy at least. And you may not be in your energy right now, Leo. You may not even be feeling that hype, that hype energy, that fire, that, you may not be feeling you right now. You may not be feeling like you at this moment. Why? Because you've been through so much. Because you've been working behind it. Because you've been, in a situation where you felt like you were ready to throw in the towel. Well, why don't you feel like Leo? Perhaps because you are not the Leo back then. You're having a hard time identifying who you are right now. The judgment card, is coming up. You are not the same individual anymore. That's probably why you're having a hard time figuring out what it is that you want. Perhaps this was something in the past which you would enjoy, and now you're like, I don't know if I can. You don't know what you want, but you don't know what you don't want either. But I think you do know what you don't want. But the thing is about walking away from it, or being okay with not knowing what you want, because you're still holding on to the old Leo. You're holding on to the old Leo that was, that worked so hard to get to where they want. You know how it always works, right? We always work so hard to get to a certain place, and all of a sudden, right, you just like, oh, I don't really actually want this anymore. Right? It's like that annoying thing where it's like, oh my God, I did all this work for what? Don't think about it like that though, right? I don't want you to think about it like that. I want you to see how much you've actually changed though, Leo. You ain't you right now. You ready to do something different. You ready to go off and tread new waters. Take action on the new you. Take action in the direction that resonates with the truest you that's there. That's why I always see with justice. You're looking back at everything that you've been through. The Nine of Wands does the same thing. He looks back at everything he's been through, and he remembers why he's even on that road, why he's feeling defensive, why he's built this wall, where he's come from, and he pushes through to the end because he's not going to give up on the dream. He's not going to give up on what he has passion for. But at the same time, you have changed. You fundamentally have changed so much. You're not the same Leo that started out in this relationship, and that's okay. That's the thing that is with the Page of Swords, though. It may hurt somebody, right? It may hurt you. It may hurt the person that you're dealing with. This isn't to say that you wanted to break up with them, but it's just about who you are now that's just not the same. Because in your feelings, you have death, man. You have death. You're releasing the old and beginning anew. Same with Judgment. You got some Scorpio cards coming up in here. I don't know if you're dealing with a Scorpio too. But the thing here is that you are releasing the old right now. You are recognizing and releasing the old Leo baggage, karma, lifestyle. You're releasing that old you, and you're tapping into a new you, right? But there's space, there's like openness, right? There's a lot of possibilities, right? You have to discover who this new you is. You have to get to know yourself again. Because you've made all this space. You've been reborn. And that's okay. Like I'm saying, it's okay. But it doesn't make you feel very confident not knowing who you are. Because you are very aware of how you feel and who you are. And, you identify as something. And now you have to redefine who you are. You have to redefine that. You have a lot of value in who you are, and now you have to rediscover that, and that's okay. Why? Because that just leaves you to find out and have fun and enjoy you coming soon. Enjoy the new you that's now, but to understand the pieces that come into play. It's exciting. And I want you guys to be excited too, but don't be discouraged right now. Don't be upset. It's okay. Right? Because in a way, you're mourning yourself at the same time with death. You're mourning the old you. You're loving the old you. You're forgiving the old you. You're doing a lot of these beautiful things. You're having this beautiful ceremony for yourself. Because this new you has risen and has come up, and now you have to make actions and take action on the new you that's coming out. The thing here is, with the outcome being the high priestess, is that you have to just go with your intuition and trust who you now are, right? Just trust the feeling. Trust your feeling. Trust your gut. There's no way to know exactly how the outcome is going to play out, because you're not who you are. You're not who you were, rather. You are who you are now, but you're not who you were. And that's okay. And the reason why you have the high priestess here is because you don't approach this with fear. You approach this with an open heart. You approach this with an open mind. You're ready to receive and understand and to gain the experience of yourself, to learn who you are. And that's why you have the high priestess in the outcome, not the moon. Because the moon is a little bit scary. It's a little bit daunting. You're not sure. You're not sure if you can step into that territory. This is you. You don't go into learning who you are and being afraid of it. And besides, Leo, when have you actually... You're fearless. Like, please. You afraid? What? That's shocking. I'm sure every king and queen has their moments of fear, right? Strength. Wow. What is going on here? Whoa. Peace. I think Aquarius had this situation happen too. I'm going to give you a fresh one. The peace talks about, a time and place when... Well, peace talks about, finding the peace and harmony in your own self, in your own life. When your life is hectic and crazy, right? There we go. But you guys have 2. I like this. All right, you have 2 coming up, so I'll give you the 2. But peace talks about finding the peace within your situation, finding the peace within yourself. The 2 cards that you guys got for this time around is you got breathe, and then you have treasure marks the spot, or treasure island rather. That's one of the things to remember that helps me remember the treasure island card is the X marks the spot, right? Just follow the path, follow the feeling, follow your gut. This is a very manifestation type energy, but this is also talks about taking a rest and taking it easy. Manifest, breathe, rest. Don't go in charging. You don't have to feel like you have to hurry up and figure it out. You don't ever have to feel like you were tested for time. And I know it's not TikTok, but it's talking about relax, calm, peace. The same thing with peace came up. Finding the peace in yourself. Don't panic because you changed, but follow the path. Listen to your intuition. Follow the instructions that your subconscious has laid out for you. You can make it. And I'm excited for y'all. Let's see what's going on with your whispers of love this time around. You guys have... Oh my goodness. Is this what I think this is? Oh my goodness. Okay, cool. You guys have 2 cards here too. Wow. You definitely need the messages this time around, Leo. I feel it. My stomach's all getting all twisted and stuff. Not like it's like a bad thing, but like it's like excited and at the same time anxious. But you guys have here, I don't know if you can see it, you guys have speak the language of love. And this says here, loving words have the power to change one's life, including your own. And then you have focus on love. Look for the good attributes in each and every person in your life. And that's pretty much what peace was talking about too. What can you take from this situation? But most importantly, this what kind of what breathe and Treasure Island is talking about. Treasure Island is more about manifestation and X marks the spot, right? It talks about you following the path, the directions in which your spirit's laid out for you, right? Just kind of going with the flow, and you don't want to try and adjust or change it right now. Just go with how you are. Go with who you are. call to action, which is judgment, right? Go with who you are. But breathe is also talking about calming yourself and being patient with yourself and easy, being easy with yourself right now, because this is a change. This is a new you. And then with speaking love, speak the language of love. This talks about, just coming, want to come to a place of compassion for yourself, with the people that you love. This new truth, this blunt truth here, this is your truth. How you deliver it, it's up to you, but be compassionate to yourself. Be compassionate to yourself, but honest with yourself as well. By focusing on love, focusing on who you are now, which is not the same Leo as before, but you are open to the new you. But in order to be open to the new you gotta release the old you parts of yourself, the old parts of you that no longer resonate with who you are. And remember, that is okay. You can do it. You have strength. The hopes and fears of someone is asking, like, you're not sure if you can do it. You're a little bit worried, a little bit stressed out. You're not sure. You may have a little bit of even a doubt here. But there's no doubt that you will find who you are again. But you have to be patient. You have to be open to the messages that the higher self is showing you right now, and ready to go along that path to discover who you are.